All right, these are caramel candied pecans, y'all. And I made these today, and I'm going to put them on a brown sugar pound cake tomorrow with a caramel icing. Now, I got this idea from, it's called Everything Sweet by Charles. And if you'll go to his website, he has, I don't make mine exactly like he does, but they're similar. But he has some absolutely beautiful cakes and just lots of things on his channel. So, and he uses the same pecans that I do. So that's Everything Sweet by Charles. So I want y'all to check him out. And so we're going to be making these today. So y'all stay tuned. Don't go anywhere, and I'm going to show you how to make these.
Grandmama, I want to welcome you back to Grandmama Rose's Open Pantry YouTube channel.
Thank you, honey. Thank
You look so good in your new glasses.
Y'all, I can see you now. Y'all know I had cataract surgery. Well, I didn't get the lens where you see farsighted and nearsighted, where you see from a distance and reading. So, I bet I had 3 or 4 pair of glasses, and every time I would start to read something, I would have to go run find my glasses and put them on, and I said, this is crazy. First place, I could not get used to me without glasses. I just couldn't, because I've worn them for 30 years. So, when I went back for my 1 month checkup. Now, I've been dealing with this since the end of August, is trying to find all my glasses, because I spend a lot of time on the phone answering y'all's comments, editing videos, doing different things. So I do have to wear my readers a lot. Well, when I went to the doctor, I said, okay, my distance is 20/20. It's perfect. But I want you to give me some glasses with clear for farsighted and just for reading. So that's what I have. And I wear them all the time. I love them because I don't have to be searching for glasses. And I'm so used to wearing them now. So, I mean, glasses don't bother me at all. Well, anyway, y'all see what I got?
Let me guess. You're going to do something with Pecan Pantry pecans.
I am, y'all. Pecan Pantry pecan halves. I want to show y'all these pecans. I've told y'all about them before, but Roy and I, on our way back from Texas, look at these.
Oh my goodness.
On our way back from Texas, turn your light on. We stopped in Mansfield, Louisiana, to the Pecan Pantry facility. And some more YouTubers that use their pecans was there, and they were so sweet and so gracious and just so kind. They took us through their facility. We got to tour it, and they made us a barbecue lunch. It was wonderful. But the most wonderful thing is their pecans. I will have a link to their website in my description box, and I'll also have a code that says Rose5, all caps, no space. And so if you click on that link and use my code, you'll get 5% off, which is a great deal. Now, these pecans are like you go out in the yard, crack them, bring them in, and eat them. I mean, they're just that good. So today we're going to be doing, tomorrow I'm going to be making a brown sugar pound cake. And I'm going to put candied pecans on top. So I thought I'd go ahead and make my candied pecans today, and then I'll have them tomorrow when I make my pound cake. Now, a lot of people do candied pecans differently. A lot of people use egg white. A lot of people do them in the oven. I've done them both ways. I've done them with sugar, without sugar. Now, we're having company Friday night, so I'm making this for our company. And they are not sugar-free, low-carb, gluten-free, any of that. So I'm making this for them. So I'm going to do mine on top of my stove today. I'm going to put my skillet back here, and I'm doing mine in a skillet. So I'm putting my skillet on number 7, which is medium high. I'm going to, I guess I need to measure that. Well, this is going to be like 3 tablespoons of butter, okay? So I've got 3 tablespoons of butter. Now this is going to be between a praline pecan and a candied pecan. But to me, a praline pecan is candy. This one's just going to have just a little bit of heavy cream in it, just to kind of smooth it out a little bit. Because if you do it with the egg white and the brown sugar, it's got like sugar crystals on it. And that's the way I have done it lots of times, but then sometimes I do it like this. All right, that was 3 tablespoons of butter. This is 1 cup of lightly packed, not firmly packed, but lightly packed brown sugar. All right, we're gonna let this start cooking. Now, I'm only gonna put a little bit of heavy cream, maybe 3 tablespoons. I'll measure it for you. And I'm not going to put vanilla or anything because you don't need it with your brown sugar, because your brown sugar has molasses in it, so it's already got enough flavor. So, all right. Now, these are raw pecans, and I've got a cup of my pecans. Now, I'm telling you, this is a great time. Order these now so you'll have them for your Christmas cooking. It's coming down to the wire, so if you need pecans, go ahead and order them now so you'll get them and you can do your Christmas baking with them and your Christmas cooking. All right, this has got to come to a boil, and I'm going to let it boil for like a minute or 2. Then I'm going to put my pecans in it. If these were roasted pecans, I would put them in at the very end, but they're raw pecans, so I need to cook them for just a little bit, okay? So I'm going to let this, it's on 7. It's going to take it a minute to come up to temp. Let me see if I got a light. All my lights, no. Okay. These are rechargeable little lights. My light under my stove is out, so I just ordered these little rechargeable ones, and that gives me enough light.
Looks like Roy would replace that light under that stove.
Well, it's not really easy because it's it's underneath the microwave here.
I'll see what I can do.
All right. If you'll come over here, baby,
Okay.
I want to show them. If you look right down in there, you see on the bottom, you see it's beginning to, can you see it boil, get really hot? Okay. Now, you see it's beginning to come up to a boil. But we want it to boil. I'm going to turn it down a little bit now. I'm going to put it on 6. But we want it to get to like a kind of a rolling boil.
That means lots of bubbles?
Lots of bubbles. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Not just around the side, but in the middle too.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, I'm not going to use the candy thermometer or anything. I'm going to cook them about, after I put my pecans in there, and constantly stir it because you do not want it to burn.
So you're cooking by sight here.
I'm cooking by sight. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's important for everybody to look at what you're doing.
And knowledge. I've had done trial and error, okay? So.
Well, I've lived my life without knowledge, but I knew how to look at a lot of stuff. Okay.
All right, now I want my pecans to cook about 3 or 4 minutes, and I want my my caramel, what I call caramel, the syrup that it's in, I want it to cook about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes also. So I'm going to set my timer. I can't do, okay. I've got something in the oven, so I can't reset my timer, okay? All right, I'm going to do it on my 248 at 252. We'll come back, and I'm going to stir these now the whole time. So about in about 4 or 5 minutes, we'll come back and we're going to see if they look ready. If they do, we'll pour them out on a parchment or on a seal pad back here. You can use wax paper, you can use parchment paper, you can use a seal pad, you can do it on a rack. So it's just up to you. All right, I'm just going to let these cook.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to add just a little bit, not even 1/8 of a teaspoon, just a little bit of salt in there. Because this is caramel and you want a little bit of salt in it, okay? Not enough to call it salted caramel or caramel, whatever how y'all say it, but just enough just to give it that little flavor. All right, now you see how they're cooking? You see them boiling? I keep stirring them, but you see how they're boiling? And I'm trying to keep my nuts kind of separated. All right, that's the way you want it. That's how you want it cooking. So we're just going to keep cooking. We've got about 2 more minutes, and then we're going to check them. All right, y'all see this? It cooked 4 minutes, okay, on medium high. Now you see how it's kind of separating? See, and you want it about 240 degrees if you're doing it with a candy thermometer, but I can kind of look at it and tell. All right, now I'm going to bring it over here, and I'm going to put them out on my seal pad like this. Now you can put them in a clump if you want to, but I want mine separated. So I'm just doing them one by one, just like this. Okay.
She cooks a lot of pecan dishes before Christmas and uses these in a lot of different ways.
I do, yeah. Now it's going to take these a little bit to dry, but they will dry. Matter of fact, they're beginning to get hard now. So you're going to have a little caramel on them, and that's what I want because this is a brown sugar pound cake, and it's going to have a caramel icing on it. So I want it to have a little bit of this candy caramel on top of it, on top of my nuts, okay? Now, it's going to take a minute to do this, but that's all right. It's going to be well worth it, believe me. All right, let me see what I got to do. It's kind of getting ahead of me here. So, I'm going to use 2 hands because I want to get these out. Okay. And you can use a fork for this if you want to. Or you can do like I'm doing. You can use a spoon or a spatula. Spatula, not spatular. Okay, now I'm not going to need all of these pecans. So what I'll do is I'll put them in a dish and I'll put them out and then they can eat them.
Oh, gracious.
Before it'll just be a snack.
I'll eat them all.
I know.
I'll say y'all should have got here earlier. I ate the pecans.
I think a fork would have been better for this, y'all. I just wasn't prepared. This is kind of like making divinity. If you've ever made divinity, you have to be quick. You have to be. Now this, you don't have to be that quick with this, but.
You can't mess around either, can you?
You can't mess around either. No. All right.
Of course, you can cook fewer of them at a time.
Oh, yeah. This was a cup. You can do a half a cup. You can do...
That gives you plenty of time to get them out, doesn't it?
You can do more.
But those are pretty.
You can do less. Just never how. We just love them.
That's looking more gooder and more gooder to me.
I know. Look at it. All right. This is taking a minute, but hey. Y'all, you talk about something. This is going to be on top of a caramel icing on a brown sugar pound cake.
Oh my. That's the next video, isn't it?
That's the next video. Yeah, that'll be on tomorrow because our company is going to be here Friday, and so I'm making it a day ahead. All right, y'all look at this. Pecan pantry pecans. These are some of the nicest pecans. They're big. They are just really, really good. All right, I'm about through. Y'all use a fork. You can handle them better with a fork. Look at there. Mmm.
Oh my goodness.
That is so good.
Well, let me tell them, if you happen to order these pecans, they will not be dark brown like the ones that you buy in the store. Those
Red,
are cooked and processed in hot water that turns them that color by the processors.
Look at that.
But fresh pecans are light colored like that. And these are just as fresh as the ones that come out from under our tree when we have pecans on our tree.
Y'all,
They're not hard. They're not real crisp until you cook them, because that's the way a fresh pecan is. It's oily and it's soft and it's light brown.
y'all look at that. Got just enough of that candy on it. Okay, y'all. Don't delay. Order you Pecan Pantry pecans. You can get the pieces. You can get the halves. They have a selection. When you go to their website, it shows you all that they have. They have them in bulk, in boxes, in bags like this. So make you some of these candied praline pecans, or whatever you want to call them. I call them, you can call them praline because they have a little bit of cream in them, but you don't have to put the cream, but they're better with it. So, all right, order you some of these. Food feeds the family, family feeds the heart, God feeds the soul. Tune in tomorrow and y'all gonna see me put these on top of a caramel, of a brown sugar pound cake with caramel icing and my candy pecans on top. See you later.